Welcome to the iPhone 13 unboxing. Yo. So, here is the box for the iPhone 13. Just like last year, there's no power brick in there, so it is pretty simple. And right on the top, you're getting the iPhone 13. Now, quick thing you may or may not have noticed, there is no longer plastic covering the back of the phone, so they're trying to stick to this whole eco-friendly thing, which is also their reason for removing the power brick, which I guess supports that. And then here you have a lightning to USB-C cable, and then just all the files and SIM card ejection and Apple stickers and all that. Though I do look forward to the day where it is a USB-C to USB-C cable. Anyway, for the best part. Now, just like the iPhone 12, this is a very light phone. It's also a very similar phone as well. If you weren't able to tell yet, or you haven't been paying attention, there's very few changes, and we're going to go through them in my first impressions. But just kind of looking at the build so far, you still have that rectangular build. I love this. Aluminum rails, glass front and back, looking very clean. I do like the design. Of the back, at least. The front has a notch, which I've never been a fan of, but fun fact, this year it is a little bit smaller. Functionality wise, it doesn't really add anything. It's just kind of a new design thing to make the phone look newer, and therefore more appealing. Now, some of you may know that the iPhone 13 Pro has a 120Hz display, but just to clear up any confusion, the iPhone 13 doesn't have 120Hz. Basically meaning the screen doesn't refresh 120 times per second, so it just doesn't feel as smooth and as fresh. Now, also, as you can see, I am setting up my iPhone 13 with the iPhone 13 Pro, something that you guys can do if you have another iPhone or you're moving from an iPhone. Also, check out the iPhone 13 Pro unboxing if you're interested. Top right corner. And of course, also, we still have Face ID. Never liked Face ID, even before the whole mask situation. Like, I'm not going to blame Apple for the whole mask situation, but before that, it had a success rate of like maybe 70%, maybe 75%. A lot of the time it just wouldn't work, and it's really annoying. Sometimes I try and scan my face over and over, and for just whatever reason it would just refuse to work for no apparent reason, and it bugged me a lot. But anyway, just like I said, scrolling through this phone, it is just like the 12, almost identical. But anyway, for the first impressions part of the video, let's look at what has changed. Wait, let me think. Okay, so there is supposedly a better battery. The phone is now 10 grams heavier to allow for this bigger battery, going from 2800 milliamp hours on the 12 to 3200 milliamp hours on the 13. So we'll see how that holds up. What else? New chip. So there is a new chip, and I'm going to give this to them. Like, it's a really good chip. They've always had really good chips, and the thing is, the chip from last year was also a really good chip. So the reality is, it's still not going to make that much of a difference, but it's nice to have a strong, powerful, reliable chip in your phone. It's the Apple A15 Bionic, another 5nm chip. And then there's one more change. Cameras. So you may have noticed a new camera design on the back. Now, there's two reasons why they've done this. One is simply just to make a new design. It makes it more appealing for people to buy a phone that looks new. Secondly, is because by moving the position, it made it easier to position due to the larger sensors, with the camera specs being 12 megapixels on both lenses, one of which is an ultra wide and one of which is just a normal wide sensor. Now, what's particularly special that you may have heard a little bit of hype over is the cinematic mode, and the reason this is able to work the way it is the combination of the new cameras and mainly the A15 Bionic chip, because this feature in itself requires a lot of power. What is it? It's basically portrait mode in video with a few other smart features. For example, when a person turns their head to somebody who enters the background, the phone will automatically change focus, and then when the person looks back at the camera, the phone changes focus back to the person. Things like that. But okay, look, let's say there obviously aren't a lot of changes to this phone, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad phone. Because last year the 12 was known to be pretty good because it offered a decent amount for the value. It's about £200 cheaper than the main standard flagship price, coming in at £880. So you are saving some money, And the way you should be looking at it is, if you're all about that cheap price, then I recommend just going for the 12. But if you want to know what you're missing out on, compare this to the iPhone 13 Pro. But overall, this phone does offer a nice amount for value. It's very, very fast. It's very future-proof. The build quality is on point. The cameras are good. And I'll have a lot more camera tests and that kind of thing in my full review. And by the looks of it, the battery life seems pretty decent. But I can't tell you that 100% yet. I haven't had enough time with it. These are the first impressions. Like I said, wait for the review. But basically, just to sum up my impressions, it's very similar to the 12. It is relatively similar to the 13 Pro. You should see what you're missing out on. So check out a comparison between that, which is a video that I'll be releasing soon. But what are the changes? Well, they are new processor, better battery, and better cameras. And that's about it. Oh, and slight design changes like the smaller notch and the new camera layout on the back. Anyway, that's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I have a lot of videos coming out regarding the iPhones, comparisons, reviews, setups, and icon packs, and that kind of thing. Give this video a like and comment for the sake of the algorithm, and check out my Instagram at the El-Naggar for a behind-the-scenes perspective and seeing what's going on. There's a lot of interesting stuff on there. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Salam.